Yeah, looking forward to playing around with that. Agents of the Sigillite were my first faction I used to fully main and play a lot of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to check them out as well because I found them really fun back when they came out. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to um, Brain Freeze Card Creation Tournament, brought to you by none other than the two goofs, the Ecclesiarch and Shad. So, how you doing, Shad?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just finished having a little nap because I'm turning into an old man. No.
Aww.
Yeah.
So, guys, today we have the Shield tournament, and I'm really looking forward to this one, Shad, because it's a very simple yet interesting mechanic. Because back in Hearthstone, one of the things that I used to love was exactly that, was basically the Divine Shield, because there were so many interesting interactions with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the people have actually cooked up. So hello, Taiga, and hello, Eager. How you doing, guys? Taiga, if by chance your card is not here, you just let me know. It's probably in the spam, and I'll bring it out. But I think it's here, most probably. So Shad, as always, shall we?
Yeah, of course. You first then, I believe.
Zermal, how you doing? Yes, I believe I am first. So this is a Skyshield Landing Pad. Alright, so what is this? 2 energy, 2/5 structure. So it's a lot of it's like a typical stat line for a structure, which I really like. It also has the can't attack, so it's perfect. And then we got whenever you put a troop with unstoppable into play, give it shield. Now that is very interesting. That is very specific and very, very, very interesting. Oh wow. I think I actually love it, to be honest. You know why? Because it's like very specific. It's not just, oh, just throw a troop and give it divine shield. This is like very specific. This is a very specific buff, and I mostly love things like this. Probably it would be very faction specific. Like maybe I can imagine. Okay, we just received a newcomer, so let me just add it there. So, I think I could see this on the old Blood Angels, for example, even in the new ones. I could see it on... Who else has a lot of jump packs? Raven Guard, for example. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. What do you think, Shad? Are you happy with the card?
Yeah, you hit on one of the main criticisms people put forward when I made it the first time. I mean, this card's very old. I made this years ago, but yeah, no, it would probably just be a Blood Angel specific card, maybe a bit of play in some other things. But yeah, it's a design based on the tabletop, because in the tabletop, that's an actual model, the Skyshield Landing Pad, and when they put the little bits up on the side, it supposedly has a force field, a weak refractor field around it to protect incoming landing craft, like aircraft. So, yeah, I thought that'd be an interesting way to represent that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it still. The wording's a little off, perhaps, in places. It doesn't need the comma, for example. But
Alrighty then. Oh, so we got Transcendent Scarab in the house. Hey boys, nice to see you. Now, Shad, you get to talk about my card. The crazy lady.
Euphrati Keeler, Imperial Saint. 3 energy, 1/1. Rally. The next troop you play gains +0/+1 and shield.
Not proper, but okay, sure. Nice little a typo there. So, Shad, what do you think?
God, you can tell I've just woken up from my nap. I should have picked up on that instantly. Never miss an opportunity to spelling error check. Yeah. So, in essence, you're kind of paying for a 3 energy 0/1/2 with shield. But you get to put the shield on something more useful most of the time.
And the HP as well, technically, so.
Yeah, it's going to be very powerful with a flank or fast troops, obviously, by comparison. But yeah, I can see the use of something like this. The fact that you're able to stack the shield on something very powerful by comparison. Then she is herself obviously just utter crap as a actual stat line.
And probably as it should be, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like an indirect roundabout tactic buff. I would be interested to have this in the game. I'd probably play it in Blood Angels, Raven Guard again. Uh,
Maybe Old Sons of Horus.
hmm.
They have a lot of fast and flank and so on.
Yeah, I could see that. Or even the new one, just stick a Catulan Reaver out there, smash him in the face.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, let's move on then. Okay,
Right.
Shad, I begin, and the first thing that we got is an Overtaxed Void Shield. Absolutely gorgeous art, by the way, and it goes so well with the epic coloring. So it is a Loyalist Legio card with 3 energy, reflection. Give shield to a unit. If it's a troop that already has shield, destroy it instead. Oh, so this is also a unit. Look at that. This is actually pretty damn interesting because as it's just a shield giving card, as just a shield giver, it's not that interesting. But look at this. You can technically use this as a hard removal for 6 energy. You first give a shield and then for another 3 you destroy, which is, I think, kind of standard for hard removal. And if somebody already plays a shielded unit, you just destroy it. Might I say I actually really like it. I think this is actually a very good design. If I'm missing something, it's all yours, policeman.
No, I agree. I agree too. The only difference I would say is the 6 energy is actually it's overrate for hard removal. That's the usual going rate nowadays is 5 energy for just standard hard removal or 6 energy with upside. And technically this does have some upsides, but if you're using it in that way you just described, it would just be 6e.
Whose card was this even?
Obviously, you can give another shield out, or you can spread it out, or it acts as a soft counter to units with shield already, which it's not the most common mechanic in the world, but it's out there. Or you can use it to further defend yourself with shield effects, so it can be sort of pseudo life gain in a pinch. I love the flexibility of this card. Yeah, no, this is really, really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's like sometimes it happens when we instantly hit like an insanely good card, and I think this is it. Yeah.
A couple of times the first entry is one, hasn't it? Yeah, so
I mean, I don't know. We still haven't seen a lot of other stuff, so we still need to go and see. All right.
The rarity feels right. It's just, chef's kiss. Great card.
All right, moving on. Caliban's Fury. You know who this is from, right? Because the art.
9 energy, 8/8, legendary Dark Angel's vehicle, a glaive tank. Shield, Dreadwing fits. Resolution, destroy an enemy troop with the highest attack. If there are none, deal 6 damage to the enemy warlord instead. It's fine, but that doesn't feel very legendary. That's just Atlas Astra, but with extra steps, really.
So let's take a look. Yeah, old Atlas Astra, I guess. This one, if there's none, deal. I mean, it's Atlas Astra plus what did we used to call? There was something like this. It's a combination of Atlas Astra and another card. I would agree it feels more epic than legendary.
Yeah. It's not really playing into their mechanics in any way either. It's like the flavor's there. Obviously, it's a glaive tank, so you know it's. Although that has an effect where it hits everything in a line, so that might have been fun to play with mechanically from the tabletop. But it just doesn't really do anything. It's just a rally stat block thing. I mean, I know it's not rally, it's resolution, but it's functionally rally, isn't it?
I mean, technically speaking, I think the problem with Caliban's Fury, in this case, although I gotta commend the art, absolutely amazing, because it's handmade, obviously. So, what I really dislike, in a sense, is that it's the typical EG late game card, you know what I mean? So we have like a ton of these in the game, is the thing. Not Atlas Astra, but what's Ignis Minshit, basically.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. So, I mean,
you wouldn't build around it, do anything with it, would you?
Not really, because I mean, if I want to do something like this, I already have Ignis Vincent, right? So I don't need.
It is a relentless, to be fair. So this is far stronger.
This is a resolution. You're right, but I mean, still, it's like. Well, on Aloseri it could be really strong though, because you first flank and then you also use the ability. Yeah, because Aloseri tends to use that.
I think I'd make this tribal, to be honest. I think this should really lean into like full-on Dreadwing or something. So something like Resolution, deal 1 damage to all enemies for every Dreadwing you control, or something like
That would be
that.
way more interesting, I think. I mean, the
Yeah,
card is alright. I definitely, now that I realize its resolution, I definitely play it. But I think it's
just
kind
economic
of
value. Yeah.
it's a little bit boring, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it doesn't play into their mechanics anyway. It could be a neutral, and nothing would really change except for the Dreadwing tab.
Yeah, absolutely amazing
I mean,
art though. Once again,
and how strong it is. But yeah. All right.
all right.
Yours, I believe.
Cabal Agents. Okay, we got more John, also very useful Grammaticus. So 1 energy, 1/1. I hate that character's guts. Anyway, so 1 energy, 1/1. The enemy plays with the top card of their deck revealed. Oh my god!
Very cool effect.
That is so cool. Deal 1 damage and gain the shield. Oh my god.
But that I don't understand.
Maybe you could just give it shield. Doesn't need a rally.
Yeah, that's my point. So it either feels there's two possibilities here, the way I see it. This has either been worded badly and it's supposed to be deal 1 damage to a unit, then give it shield, which would sort of make sense. Or it's just had shield tacked on to satisfy the requirements.
You know what I would do with this, Shad? I would give this troop to your opponent, and it should just have shield.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. So that way it can't die as easily, yeah.
Yeah, so... Oh my god, but I love the effect. That is so interesting.
Yeah, the info it gives you is very interesting, and the art's spectacular. I've never seen that art before.
Oh, art is really good.
I feel like that's probably from the Inquisitor series somewhere, but I don't know. It's got that like classic angled old las pistol with the really blocky, chunky design, isn't it?
Looks amazing for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the art's amazing. Oh, you misspelled the card creation name, by the way. You put Shelds up instead of Shields up.
Uh-oh.
I just noticed that, sorry.
Uh-oh. I wish I had done that especially to troll you, but I didn't. So yeah, just fixed it.
Right. Yeah, he gains shield as he readies. Well, again, that there's no meaningful distinction between having that on his rally and having him just having shield. So it just doesn't change anything. There is no point in putting that in a rally effect, functionally, thematically, or flavorfully.
I do think it's a cool one, though.
Relentless gain shield or resolution gain shield, and perhaps because that actually has a meaningful mechanical difference. But yeah.
Pretty good card, though. Interesting. It needs a little more time in the oven, but sure, a really cool idea.
Yeah, there's potential for sure. All right.
Ooh, Mathius. Rosix.
Oh yeah, Rosix Mathius.
I think.
Energy.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Imperial Fist Astartes. Shield Exemplar. Spelt wrong there. Sorry, it's EXE. Shield. Friendly units with shield have frontline. Resolution. Give shield to adjacent units. That's really interesting use of mechanics there, because notice how that's a passive effect. Friendly units with shield have frontline, meaning when the shield is knocked off, the frontline also disappears with it.
That's very creative.
And he himself has frontline, because that effect is a passive affecting all friendlies, which he is a friendly, but then it will drop off when he loses his own shield. So, yeah, that's super cool. The use of mechanics there.
I love it.
Yeah, adjacent units. You have to be careful with it, but you can give your Warlord frontline, but only temporarily.
Oh, and it's an Imperial Fist mission card as well, in a way.
Yes.
Oh, I really like this.
I would say I think it's maybe a little strong is the only problem. It feels a bit overstated for what it can do.
Maybe you could drop it to like 3/7. 3/7? Yeah, it would be even better to reduce the attack. I agree.
But yeah, it's a cool card. Very cool design.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I really like this one. I think the ideas today are on fire, honestly.
I would say maybe put a full stop after front line because it's a separate ability, but otherwise good. I like it. I like it a lot.
Right, that is crazy. I love it. Okay, moving on. Gamma Order. So 2 energy, secret order. Before attacking, give shield to the target. Oh my god. I love the creativity, guys, today. What's up, man? I really like it. Good job. I also like this one. This is pretty interesting. Like, again, it's not like so Alpha Legion have so many shenanigans, right? Destroy the troop at the end, like the lose the tactic. When you attack, give it to your opponent, and now you have like attacking something. First, it gets shielded, so you're apparently just shielding the target. This can also shield face, by the way. Keep that in mind. I like that.
The shield will immediately be knocked off, so it's functionally just nullifying your attack.
Yeah. It's like the ice block from Wizard in Hearthstone. Kinda. It's pretty good.
It kind of has a lot of overlap though. Like you wouldn't be able to test for all of the different attacks. That's the only thing. It's the problem with secret orders. There's very limited design space in them because if you add too many, they become impossible to even try and play around or figure out. So it just becomes random, essentially. So yeah, it's not bad by itself. It's just it runs into an inherent problem with secret orders.
Well, I mean, that's the Alpha Legion problem, I would say. The card itself, I'd say, is pretty good.
But if you took out an old secret order and replaced this one with it with this one, sorry, it would be good. Yeah, it's not a bad secret order. It's just running into the issue of secret orders.
Absolutely. Okay.
Hey, meantime, good lord.
What the fuck? Okay.
That's not the teacher, that's the professor, Jesus.
Oh my god. 240. Resolution gives shield to a unit with the highest attack. Set this unit's attack to be equal to 1 plus the highest attack of all other units in play. This turn can act once more. Oh my god. I mean, guys, your memes, your teacher memes are becoming more and more bizarre as time passes. I swear to God. Moving on. Okay, and there's another John Overload. Okay, this is yours.
Oh, good lord, what is this?
It's John. It's John Warhammer.
5 energy, 5/5. That is my favorite art of Sanguinius, by the way, even though it's incredibly non-canonical. And someone's coloured it in weirdly, which is interesting. Wait, no, hang on. Did someone make... Is this a recreation of that? Because I know the piece of art this is based on, but it looks like someone's hand-drawn a replica of it. That's really cool. Must have been an art practice. Anyway, sorry. Unstoppable. Rally. Draw a card. If it's a troop, gain Survivor 3. Frontline. Shield. Battle Honor. Give drop pod to troops in your hand. Requiem. Give +1/+2 and shield to a random troop in your hand. Avenge. 2. Gain drop pod. Landing. Gain first strike this turn. Stun the enemy warlord. And an enemy troop is put in play. Gain bloodthirst until the end of your turn. Good lord. I mean, I get that's the point. It has... It's overloaded, but it doesn't have overload. Fail. How could you? You failed the assignment.
Okay, I gotta look. Cross, are you sure you texted me something? Because I'm checking the DM and there's nothing there right now. So maybe you wanna resend that?
Check your spam, I guess.
No, I mean I think he means Discord because she said DMs. Okay, so I'll just wait for you to drop that. Anyway, till that is going on, yeah, I mean...
Clearly a meme.
Yeah, obviously, but...
Like, that is a hand-drawn replica of an existing piece, isn't it?
Sean Overload. He's got everything, but doesn't have Overload. But yeah, okay, good one. Alright, Gellerfield, nice art. Again, so... 3 energy, give shield to all your units until the start of your next turn. Your warlord has, when a troop loses shield, transform it into an abomination. Okay. And abomination is 2 energy, 3/5, berserk maintenance. So... So you can run 2 copies of this. And the idea that I instantly get is that the second copy will be to be used on displaced civilians. And they turn into abominations.
Well, potentially, but also it could just defend your troops if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just stalls for a turn, which is very interesting. And the fact it shields everything, including your warlord. Yeah.
And afterwards it does transform stuff into abominations, so it does
only for 1 turn, remember. So if you're willing to just stand back and wait, then your troops can still keep on fighting in their normal form.
Ooh, one moment. One moment, I'm sorry. Continue, Shad. I'm just gonna
Yeah, no,
text.
okay. So my only complaint personally is I don't see the need for the purple card. There's already a perfectly fine existing purple card in the game you could have used, which would have been Chaos Spawn, which is two
I
energy,
mean,
three
yeah.
with maintenance one as a demon. This is fine. It just feels a bit random. Like tokens, it's a holdover from Magic the Gathering, but because they're supposed to be very generic and low complexity because they're not a real card, they very typically have equally balanced power and toughness and very few other effects. So you can see that in EG design as well, because there's like displaced civilians are 1/1s, the little crappy guards that the arcology spawns are 2/2s, chaos spawns are 3/3s, etc. Most tokens that aren't proper collectible cards do follow this format, and they have very minimal amounts of extra abilities, usually just the one, if anything. Yeah, I'd have just used Chaos Spawn. That's the only change I would have made. Otherwise, yeah, I do like it. It's got a lot of interesting play that you can do with it. It can slow the game down. You can use it to buff your board with like powerful, well, upgrading shitty 1/1s or injured troops into 3/3s and so on. Um, yeah, it
Pretty
does a lot of
impressive.
interesting things. Yeah, combos well with abilities that do like minimal chip damage to the enemy troops. Like you can uh, give shield to everything, then throw a frag grenade and strip your opponent's shields so they don't get the benefit. Cool card, very cool card. Yeah.
Ooh, Machinator Squad. So this one is yours, Shad, right?
Sorry, is it? Yes. Yes, Machinator. 7 energy, 7/6 legendary infantry. Has advantage. 2 energy. Give shield to all friendly troops and your warlord. Next time, deal 2 damage to all enemies for each shield on friendly units. Remove shield from your units. Okay, the wording is a bit jank here, but it's clear what you're trying to do, so it's not an issue of understanding or legibility, just like minor grammar quibbles. Um, I have a few issues, but what it actually does is for a neutral, it's pretty fine. Yeah, honestly, it's a fairly costed ability. It feels like because you're paying 9 energy essentially if you want to give your entire board shield. So that's a hefty chunk. Um, I don't know if the effect feels legendary, but the name doesn't feel legendary. It's very rare that you get just generically named legend units because they are by their very definition supposed to be singular, unique units. So you could have invented a name for him. You could have called him like a Margos of some kind. I don't know. Margos Voidicus. I don't know, something like that. Stats feel fine. You've put Vantage into the system because that's not in the default one, so well done with that. You don't need a colon after the energy cost, but if I remember correctly, there's one person that always does that as like their thing, so that's just a quirk of theirs. I would not have worded the ability quite the way you did either. I would probably have put it something like 2 energy, give shield to all friendly troop, or no, you just say to all friendly units. I mean, technically that would hit Titan weapons, which would be a buff to it, but it's fine. You don't need to hate on Titans too much, do you? Then next time, remove shield from all friendly units. Deal 2 damage to all enemies for each shield removed this way. Is how I would word that ability that you want. Yeah, it's very cool. What do you think, Teach?
I also think it's really cool. I would make it epic, probably, again, due to the reasons that you said, or transform it into another character.
That ability feels too splashy for an epic, doesn't it?
Yeah, so either one or the other, but I like the idea of the ability. It's really cool, you drop a big unit, you pay a lot to just protect yourself, but then then you use the ability to take all the shields and deal the damage based on that. So I'd say it is really, really, really good. Also, Zermal, I already saw your card and I have it in the list.
There is one other thing I would change about it, actually, to be fair. Maybe two. So I would make this natively have shield, but the ability it has does not give itself shield.
Oh my
So that
god.
way, I know it's a minor quibble, but you got to remember that like this card could get toxic if it survives on the board and you don't have a hard removal because it's constantly renewing its own shield. Admittedly, it's over a 2-turn cycle, but even so, you want this to sort of have a weak point, so to speak, for chip damage. That's what I'd do. So, a very minor thing. Also, it makes it more plausible to actually play it as a 7-drop instead of... Because right now it has Vantage, but realistically, you never play this except for when you have the ability to use the Vantage. So it's not actually a 7-drop, it's a 9-drop.
So Zwoxis says legendaries are supposed to be a singular unit. Meanwhile, Warpforge GSC, like, yeah.
I don't need more reasons to never play Warpforge, Zwoxis. I have plenty already.
I mean, let me tell you the legendaries. The Patriarch, the Neophyte Leader, and like so on, like the Saboteur, like it's there. But I mean,
why did they do that for Gene Stealer cults? They're like the only Tyranids that are allowed to actually have individuality. If it was Tyranid Hive Fleets, I could understand, but it's fucking Gene. Oh my god. Oh, why does Warpforge piss me off every time I learn something about it?
I mean,
literally every time.
Honestly, with Gene Stealers, it's fine. They all look like each other anyway, so yeah. Okay, so Eve of Battle. All right. Okay, this looks actually pretty damn cool. So 7 energy. Both players draw and put in place 3 of their highest cost troops from their deck. Give them frontline and shield. Oh my god.
Woo.
That is pretty nuts.
You know, that's kind of a control tool, and I quite like that.
I remember there was a similar card in Gwent. I think it's called Witch's Sabbath. So it draws 3 troops from your graveyard and puts it in play. So for both players, so you can manipulate it a little bit, and it's a setup. I think this is pretty damn good. The only problem I have with this is would it be better if it's higher cost, because like otherwise if you hold this at 7 as a control player, aggro will never win.
Right now it's a little polarizing, so the effect is too strong for its cost. Yeah. Also, there's a missed naming opportunity because that looks like the events of Istvan 3, and like that would be an excellent name drop, wouldn't it? Drop site massacre. You could literally call it that because they're all dropping into the field and massacring each other.
Maybe it should not have given them frontline and shield, and it could be all right.
Yeah, maybe. But then if it didn't have the shield part, it wouldn't be legal, would it, for the competition? So maybe that feels kind of tacked on there. Yeah, but no, the idea is sound. It's just it's a bit pushed, isn't it?
Alec is saying an interesting thing. He said, "Does the draw work if you fill the hand beforehand?" I believe it still does.
No, it does not. I've tested effects like this before.
Oh, and it doesn't work. Okay, interesting.
If your hand was entirely full, what would happen is you play Eve of Battle. You would draw 1. The other 2 would be destroyed, and then it would put that 1 troop into play. So I can see where you're going with this. Alpha Legion bullshit. Oh, that's a horrible combo. Yeah, you'd fill their hand and then Eve of Battle, and they get nothing.
That is disgusting. I think it's too strong. Remove the front line, remove the shield, and we'll talk.
Loses to mass removal equals balanced. Yeah, well, maybe Grey Dog, but with how many factions in the game have a hard board wipe? Like 1 right now, 2 if you count Legacy.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh no! That's 2. I always forget about the word bearer one.
So Aquilan Guardian.
Is this yours, I believe? No, it's
nope.
Mine. Let's see. Aquilan Guardians, 4 energy, 4/5, epic Imperial Army Custodian. Not that unique troop type there, but frontline Sentinel rally gives shield to a friendly unit, and it's an Imperial Army unit. See, if it, just make that an infantry.
Yeah, that's a little problem.
Otherwise, fine. The fact that basically what you've got here is an incredibly well statted, for a neutral at least, defensive tool, and the shield and Sentinel actually no, not the shield. Sorry, the front line and Sentinel actually interplay really well in its role as a bodyguard. I actually really quite like this.
Yeah, apart from the
custom troop type it has, it should just make it an infantry. But yeah, cool. Or commit to it and make it a Custodes.
I mean, it's fine to have a Sentinel in infantry, so just make it Sentinel. Leave the Sentinel, just make it an infantry, and you're good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very clearly supposed to be a thematic and mechanical reference to the Adeptus Custodes themselves. It's like it's an envoy of theirs. It's one of their human envoys. So yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's really good.
Right.
Oh my god. Mu 77 Adaptive Automaton. MU? Is it Mu or MU?
Mew.
Mu. Okay, Mu. 4 energy 3/3. Shield. Rally. Choose a card type among infantry vehicles or Astartes. Mu 77 gains the chosen card type. Other friendly troops of the chosen type have +2. Oh, and it doesn't have a card type. Look at that. That's so interesting. So when you
Huh.
play it, you gain it. So until then, it doesn't have one. That's pretty interesting. So this is a... Do you remember the Aquilan word singer?
Yes. Yeah. The one that buffs all chaos troops.
Yeah,
right?
this is that card. Basically with a little more flexibility, which I am honestly all for, to be honest. I really like it, to be fair. Yeah, I gotta say I quite like it. What do you think?
Yeah, it encourages tribal builds, I suppose. I would say the EG probably wouldn't be able to code it like that because they'd break something. So what they'd probably do is just make it an infantry or vehicle, and they'd change the wording to be choose a card type among infantry, vehicle, or Astartes. Mu 77 becomes that type and loses all other types or something. Magic the Gathering used that wording quite a lot. But yeah, no, it kind of functions like that, doesn't it? It's temporary big buff. It's about right for that stat line buff. The fact it has shield gives it a little survivability, which is nice. It doesn't buff itself, so it's not actually a 5/3, it's a 3/3. That seems appropriate. I don't know, man. It seems pretty solid, really. The only
That's
problem is
pretty
it
good.
doesn't really. The choose effect isn't really a meaningful choice, is the only thing, because I mean, you're only ever going to build a deck to exploit one of those abilities. You're not going to like randomly just have a vehicle in your infantry tribal deck, are you? So
Yes.
it's not really an option, is the thing.
Alec, you are making a very good point. The problem just is that in that case, you cannot put this in Imperial Guard. Then it has to be a Custodes troop. Okay, so Exasperating Gift. Ooh.
All right. 5 energy legendary chaos tactic. Your warlord gains +2 attack and relentless. Enemy warlord gains shield. Oh, that is an exasperating gift. oh, oh wow, that's powerful but balanced, really. I think. Oh,
Is that like the sweet spot?
maybe. In fact, it might even be weak. It's kind of hard to. I'm gonna have to doing mental math in my head right now.
I mean, that really depends. Maybe it
You
seems...
can't kill your opponent with it, can you?
No, but as a control warlord, you could find it very useful. Like, just imagine playing this on any gym boss.
Yeah, well, it would be an anti gym boss, wouldn't it? It would fuck over gym bosses horribly if they played it themselves. They wouldn't want it. But yeah, the fact that you can, like, if you're not attacking your opponent's your warlord, the enemy warlord, then you don't really care about rushing them down or breaking the shield away, do you? So yeah, God, this is an interesting card. I would like to have this in the game.
Absolutely. I'd love to see all the shenanigans that we could do with this.
I feel like maybe the name could do with a little workshopping though, sort of playing into the whole Faustian bargain aspect a bit more. But like, it's not. It's serviceable. The name is serviceable. That's very much a quibble. Yeah, I really like this one as well. There's a lot of good
Same.
entries to that. This is going to be
Yeah, this is
difficult to
amazing.
get. Yeah.
Planetary Void Shield. 4 energy. Give shield to your warlord. Your warlord gains, if this unit would receive damage from a tactic for the first time this turn, gain shield. Ooh.
Ah.
So you're paying 4 energy for a shield, and potentially then nothing. But...
Oh no, remember that effect is permanent. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Give your shield...
It basically just means whenever you take damage from a tactic, gain shield.
Well, that's what I mean. Like in certain matchups, it will be do nothing. In certain matchups, it's gonna be pretty good.
That is true, yeah, you got a point. Not every deck runs damaging tactics, and if they are damaging, they don't always damage the warlord. It's anti-AoE, really, isn't it?
I think this is like very, very specific. There are metas where you would play it, and there are metas that you would never touch it.
Yeah, I think I can see that.
I mean, it's an interesting effect.
It is interesting, but I think with a name like that, a cooler and more powerful and massive effect would simply be to just have it be your Warlord gains Relentless, give all your units shield, because it's a planetary void shield, and an effect like that, it's incredibly powerful. You can get it rolling, but you know you probably have like 7 energy cost or something ridiculous with an effect like that. So
Or Raiment, basically.
alone, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, no, it'd be everything, all your units, not Warlord, because it's a planetary scaled void shield, isn't it? So
Yeah, I think that would be a better fit. I think, yeah, I think in its current form it wouldn't be too exciting because it's like very, very specific.
Well, Alec does point out you can use it for AoE that damages yourself a little bit. So yeah, maybe it would have a purpose in what's the new legendary Black Shield guy, Endred Ha. He could get some out of it, couldn't he? Because he wants to self ping a lot, and Angron, yeah, and modern Angron.
Yeah, but look at this. Like you can't self ping with it, Chad, because it first the shield comes up and then the tactic damages you.
Throne of the Heretic, if it was good. Zwoxus, that card is nuts. What are you talking about? It's already gonna get nerfed. So I just saw the comment.
Yeah,
that card is bonkers.
Yeah, Shad, by the way, this is gonna work the opposite. You can't ping yourself with this because if you use the ability, it first shields you so that it blocks the tactic, not the other way around. Because we have this ability in Warpforge, and that's how it works. First, the unit gets the shield and blocks the tactic. See what I mean?
No, I'm not following. Which one are you on?
So, Planetary Void Shield.
Right, you're still on Planetary Void Shield.
So what I'm saying is,
the shield. When a shield absorbs damage, that doesn't count taking damage.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which, it's actually the Horned Raiment.
The nippliest of armors. 7 energy, legendary, 1,000 Suns tactic. Horned Raiment of Magnus the Red. Your Warlord gains Resolution, gain shield until your next turn, and when a friendly shield gets broken, deal 1 to 2 damage to all enemies. So there's a few formatting errors there, but it's clear enough. Warlord should be capitalized. Your Warlord gains, and then the rest of this should be in quotation marks to symbolize that that's the text that it's going to be given. And then you would put it's 2 separate text boxes, so it would be quotation marks around resolution, gain shield until your next turn, end quotation, and open quotation when a friendly shield gets broken, or you'd probably say when a friendly shield is lost or removed would be clearer, but it's not a big deal. Deal 1 to 2 damage to all enemies. It's a little random with the random 1 to 2, but it's not a huge range, and it is on brand. Still have a decent amount of variable damage randomness because that's how EG decided to represent the warp psychic power. Is it busted? Is the question. I mean, it's very strong.
I mean,
but again,
let's compare it to the original. So the original was the same, but had Psyker and didn't have the explosion.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, this has shield synergy, which, to be fair, is an interesting way. You could build a shield tribal around this, or a psychic barrier tribal, which is pretty neat. I do quite like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, it does encourage different types of play, so I do like it.
I worry it could maybe get a little toxic. But what about if you lowered the cost to 6 energy? Would you get away with making it be a flat 1 damage instead of 1 to 2?
How about only to troops?
Maybe that's a minor change, though, isn't it? Overall.
Yeah.
What about to 1 random enemy?
That could work.
Yeah, that could work. Okay, but it's. I see where you're going with that. And it is cool. Oh! I just got the flavor as well. Whenever the shield is broken, it's because the enemy ran straight into your nipples and stabbed themselves.
Makes sense. Oh my god. Rogue Tech Priest.
Yes.
2 energy, 2/3. Nice.
Is this on yours or mine? Sorry, it's mine.
Yeah, it's yours. It's me.
No, it is you.
So 2 energy, 2/3 shield, already pretty good. So 1 energy. Deal 1 damage to an enemy troop. If the target dies, add a random augmentic to your hand. If the target survives, both players draw a card.
Whoa, that's cool.
I'd play this in every control deck.
Yeah, it's too pushed stat wise, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, 2 energy, 2/3 is already good stats, and like shield on top of that is really good.
Yeah, it's a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah, but
if it was a 2/2 or a 1/3, it would be.
I say 2/2 would be good.
Yeah, I like 2/2.
Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it should be augmetic though, so there's no N in augmetic, but it's a made-up word, so that's we get that wrong. Or you could use EG's old mechanic Mechadendrites, which were more neutral, which I'm personally a fan of. But the effect is very interesting. The fact that the target survives and all that. It has a dual-sided draw effect. A lot of things you could do with that. I'd play it in Alpha Legion. I'd play it in. I mean, if it was augmetic based, I'd play it in Iron Hands. I'd play it in blood rage factions, so World Eaters and Orphans of War. Loads of cool things you can do with it. Very cool card. God, this is gonna be hard to choose when we finish.
Very
hard. Who's back?
Oh no! Oh no! Not again! Okay, Shad, this is yours.
The Bull! 7 energy, 7/8 legend. Children Astartes, cousin of the Bull. Frontline, shield. When this troop is attacked, it gains shield. You cannot stop the cuckery. It will just
keep cucking you.
Troops. Yeah, you literally you literally can't beat it with troops. It has to be destroyed with a tactic.
Yeah, oh my god. Or it has to be destroyed while attacking something.
I suppose so, yeah.
Oh my god. This is like sick as fuck. And it makes so much sense too. Because he's just cucking the target.
Puny troop. You think you could outcuck the bull?
Yeah, and I love that it's not the bull, but it's the bull. It's like...
We're gonna get his bottom cousin next, Lube. It's reverse bull.
Lube, like lubricant. Oh my god.
Well, just LUB, right? But yeah, oh god, what have I done? I've cursed the next tournament.
Yeah, you absolutely cursed everybody with that, like Shad.
That's my fault.
You just wiped the tournament with that joke. So I don't know. Okay. Oh, we need an Ultramarine variant. Bull de Cacus Maximus. Okay, Sergeant Ochet, please. Shad?
I think that's yours, isn't it? I did the bull.
Oh, yeah, you had the honor of doing the bull. At least this time he was not the one doing the doing. So, 5 energy, 4/5. When you put a unit in play for hand, choose one. Give it shield or bastion 1. Okay.
Don't like it. That's causing weird shit.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not common, but it is possible, I believe, to get troops put into play from your hand during your opponent's turn.
Oh, that's true.
There are a few troops with backlashes that can have similar effects. And I couldn't name them off the top of my head, but even that's the thing. It's design space that EG could and most likely will eventually explore. So yeah, it's an effect like that. It needs to be qualified that it's only during your turn. Otherwise, it's going to cause all kinds of strange interactions. Because you can't do things on your opponent's turn. That's just not a function of online mobile games. Because it's, I had this. In fact, I think I know who made this. I think this is Zach, because we've had this argument many times on the card creation server. No, this is a game. This is a toilet shitter game. This is a game where control decks are banned because the games take longer than it takes to shit, and you can't play a full match while you're on the toilet, and that's unacceptable. This is a game for toilet shitters.
Unfortunately, it is.
Complex strategic control gameplay? Get the fuck out of here. But no, it's... but evaluating it as he intended, I don't really see why you'd ever choose Bastion 1 over Shield is the problem, so it feels like a bit of a non-issue. There's going to be some hyper-specific niche case where you're trying to do some crazy Dawn Bastion combo. Otherwise, it's Shield every time, so it's not really a choice. But, it doesn't need the choose effect. It feels like the shield is tacked on. Just make it be the Bastion 1 effect. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just gotta remove the Bastion. Either a shield or just a Bastion, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's all right, but it's not a real choice. Yours is the last, I believe.
Final Emplacement. 3 energy. Give your friendly units Bastion 2. If they have frontline, also give them shield as well. Ooh. Okay, so 3 energy Bastion 2 to everybody. And also a shield if they have frontline. Now, that's pretty interesting. This is something that you can use with Fists a lot, because they got a lot of frontline troops. What do you, the only question is, how strong is this for 3, Chad?
I think it's too strong at that. That's they have a lot of frontline. That's an easy mechanic to satisfy. So it would definitely be too much at 3 energy. Like, this is a 4 energy card. It would be fine, I reckon. But it's just the fact that it hits everything. You could get a wide board of shitty troops and like phalanx warders and the like, and buff them with this massive bastion, massive shield. Too much, but cool flavor. I do get the idea behind it. It's very interesting like that.
I mean,
and
yeah,
the fact that it's neutral as well, like agnostics, you can put it on any troop. Well, you play it with any troop. Sorry, rather, you don't need to play it with just Imperial Fist. So
you can entrench with everything.
That is interesting.
There's also
maybe this should have been a neutral. That's all. I mean, kind of doing what the Custodian card did earlier. You know, adding a little bit of Imperial Fist flavor to a neutral faction.
That could be pretty good. Yeah.
Doing the Defense of Terror, after all. Normally, as well, I would scree about how that man is 7 Aquila pattern, but that was actually worn at the Siege of Terror. So this is like the only time that art is acceptable. So well done.
Fair enough.
Wording wise as well, it should be if they have frontline, give them shield as well. You don't need the also, and you don't need the comma after frontline, but it's minor otherwise. That wording's pretty good otherwise.
By the way, I think there's another one we have here. Wait. It was a late submission.
Hang on, I've got one more thing on the final emplacement. I think one way you could balance this and keep it at 3 energy, though, would be change it to troops only, not warlords, and then have it also give them can't attack. So it really is their final emplacement. They are not going anywhere after you've deployed them like this. So it's very much more of an all or nothing play. So,
by the way, I love the next card for a specific reason. So look at this, Chad. Maybe you'll see it on stream.
Is it not on?
It's not there yet. It's a late submission, but look at this. It's called Knight Formation. The ability is 3 energy Defenders of Caliban card. So choose a friendly unit and give it 0+1 and shield and frontline to adjacent troops. And look at the art. You got the leader behind and 2 knights just forming in front of him. I think that's the coolest thing of art tying into the ability that I have seen ever. So it's actually a rare. I gotta say, I quite like this.
Yeah.
But the problem is, can you remind me, how does Frontline and Duplicitous work together?
Oh, I don't actually know off the top of my head. It's God, it's been so
which
long.
Which one overrides? I don't remember. I knew.
I don't know. Let's ask the chat. I think Duplicitous. I think Frontline overrides Duplicitous, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is. I gotta say, I really like the card though. It's pretty interesting, and if Frontline takes priority, okay, ignore. So that means Frontline takes priority.
Oh, but he's not sure. Frontline cancels Duplicitous. Yeah, I thought so.
Nice. Then I like it. Then I like it a lot.
The only problem I have is it creates a few weird positioning issues, because basically if you choose your Warlord, it buffs both things adjacent to it. And if you choose a troop with 2 troops adjacent to it, it buffs both of those things. As normal. But if you choose a troop that's next to your Warlord,
that's true.
It does 1, and that feels kind of janky. That's the only problem I have with it. But I love the flavor of like 2 bodyguards, stepping in.
Yeah. And it's a rare card as well, so I think it's really good. I honestly enjoy it.
It's a little jank, but yeah,
Hi guys,
I like the flavor.
can I have some attention? Hi. Can I have some?
Oh, hello, who the fuck's that?
That's my friend over here, David.
Attention.
Come on, give the guy attention, guys. You love him when
go.
he's on the stream, so. So, Chad, before we finish with things, there's one from Master Cross. He actually didn't manage to make the card, but he wanted me to read the description, so I think we should.
Okay.
So, he wanted it to be a 4 energy card with shield. It's a 2/4, and Relentless, deal 2 damage to a random enemy troop. Now, 4 energy, 2/4 with shield, and Relentless, deal 2 damage to a random enemy troop. Cross, I think it's a little bit basic.
That's very that's very generic. But as a neutral, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah, as a neutral, it
what
could
faction?
definitely be fine.
What faction was it supposed to be?
It doesn't say. But I guess it will be Dark Angels, because Thermal always makes Defenders, and Cross always makes Dark Angels. I think it would be like...
Can I say something about this card?
Yeah, sure.
Can the stream hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
So the problem with cards like this is that they occupy hand space and they're very hard to use, right? So you can only use them if you already have a board. So that's a problem.
That could be true.
So yes, there are theoretical scenarios where you might use it on 3 units and give this to adjacent troops, like this status. But it's better to maybe make a card, like a 6 cost or something, that makes a unit and then and draws a card or creates this card, because then you have some kind of a basic value, right? So maybe you play 4, 5, or 6 energy, which is not optimal, but then it kind of still has some kind of intrinsic value, because most of the time you're gonna have a very, very hard time using this card. It's gonna be dead in your hand, right? So when do you want to draw this? Do you want to draw it on turn 3? No. Do you want to draw it in turn 4? No. Like, there's very hard to find a point where you would want to draw this card. So it's probably better to have a unit that's going to give you this card, okay? So,
Teacher, there is a bull right behind you. Watch out.
Nice. I think I disagree with that, because like the potential, you got to remember there's a risk reward factor going on here. The fact that you can deploy a shield out of nowhere and force a very unfavorable trade that your opponent can't predict or play around is part of the balance of cards like this. But yeah, I see where he's coming from.
Very well, gentlemen, it's time to choose the winners, and I'll be very direct on this one. I think I know the number 1 place.
Oh yeah, I honestly I don't. There's so many cool cards here. It's hard to
I am pushing Overtaxed Void Shield for this. This is just an amazing card.
I do like it. Yeah, that is in running, but there's so many good cards. It's...
But yeah, there's a lot. But this is my biased favorite. But we're gonna check out the others as well. So this is really good.
No, I think you may be right, to be fair.
I mean, what I like about this card is the flexibility, right? With Reflection, for 6 energy, it's a hard removal. It can also be just a reflection that shields the board, or it can also be an emergency. So it's like, I don't know, it's just amazing. But otherwise, let's also check out the others. So what are some of your favorites, Chad?
That's really cool.
I think also the Rosix Mathius was really good.
I do like Rosix Mathius.
Yeah, the mechanic on this one is amazing
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Gellerfield was also really good, I would say.
Yep. Machinator Squad is cool. I liked Aquilan Guardians as well, although I feel like that's a rare. That doesn't feel like an epic.
That
It's a
should
little,
make sense
it's
too.
a little simple for that effect.
Yeah, the Aquilan Guardians also pretty interesting. I like it. With the Sentinel also pretty good.
Exasperating Gift, very cool.
Yeah, Exasperating Gift was also really good. It was pretty interesting. Where is that? Let me just open it up. There you go. Yeah. Your Warlord gains +2 and Relentless enemy Warlord gains a shield is just such a cool thing. I really like it.
Rogue Tech Priest as well. That would be my final one that I put in the running of like top.
Yeah, Rogue Tech Priest is also pretty nice. I also like it. I don't know, man. There's a lot of very good submissions. What about Teacher in his prime? I think that's also.
Well, it's obviously
these people really hate you, man.
He's top 5 all day.
They just want stuff.
So, I got a question, Shad. What would you argue could take first place? One is Overtaxed Reactor. What is the other competitor? Maybe probably.
I think you're right. I don't see anything that could stand in the way, truthfully.
I mean, what is a negative side of this card? Did we even mention anything? Like, I think it's okay. Try to find a grammar mistake, Shad. Maybe you can find something.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Maximum nerd.
Come on, try to find it.
Reflection is the best.
Shad is.
I would use it is rather than it's because that is unclear there. But otherwise, that's a very minor.
Yeah. I'd
Also,
say.
you don't need to
Yeah,
cover
this,
after
this
shield.
one is, in terms of the idea, is the best. Yeah.
Plus, it's like the art is so good. Like everything is good about this, man. I love it.
What about the flavor? What faction is this?
Oh, this is Titans.
Titans.
Flavor is on point. It's like Overtaxed Void Shield that has like catastrophic explosions and
I would
so
say
on.
the
Yeah,
combat
definitely.
Diaz
Firing
one
it
is also
twice.
pretty
No,
good
can you
in
imagine
terms
your
of
opponent has like a
flavor.
war as a
Like, in terms
board
of
full
game
of,
flavor
of
too.
Titan troops
Because
with
they
shields, just
stem a
fire
lot of
three of
units.
them down.
Yeah.
Engine
Yeah, this
shield.
is even cooler when you are having a Titan versus Titan battle. Yeah, I think this is just really good.
Yeah, very cool card. Although I don't miss the Titan meta. All right, yeah, let's give that first then.
I think it deserves number one. Absolutely. Okay, what
Right.
about number two though? What's the competitor for number two? I think number two is gonna be difficult.
I think it's Rosix Mathius, to be honest, but it could also you could argue for Exasperating Gift, maybe. I think those two are the most solid out of the choices we have.
So which one and which one?
Between Rosix Mathius and Exasperating Gift, personally.
I do think Rosix Mathius deserves it. I think also Exasperating could go. Maybe Aquilan Guardians as well, or maybe for 3. What about the Bull?
The Bull.
The Bull!
Yeah, no, I can see Exasperating Gift then, because like all of the others, there are loads of really cool cards in here. But Gellerfield has like one minor flaw. Machinator Squad has one minor flaw. Aquilan Guardians, Rogue Tech Priest, they all have one minor flaw. Exasperating Gift doesn't have a flaw, even if the idea might, like maybe some of the other ideas have more promise.
Exasperating Gift is just something that I really like. This is the card that I would like to have in the game. It's pretty interesting, and it's not mindless space bash either, so it's pretty good.
I do have another quibble with Aquilan Guardians I forgot to mention as well. The fact that the rally can
It's
give
also
them to
good
any
board
friendly
removal.
unit
Yeah.
is not
So
something I like.
you can play it on turn 5.
Mm-hmm.
And
just kill something.
The question is there any warlord in this faction that focuses on board clear?
Well, I mean,
you can afford board.
How about you get this on Conrad?
Go fuck yourself.
Old Conrad, obviously.
No. How about no?
And he has bloodthirst too, so you get fucked.
Technically, you wouldn't be benefiting any damage or mana though, because rather than hitting them twice for 2 each.
I can already imagine myself whining.
But you would be doing it with you could be doing this with troops though, Shad, and Conrad tries to go there. But I don't know. Honestly speaking, I'm still also there in terms of Rosix Mathius as well. I mean,
I think second. Sorry, I thought Exasperating Gift was competing for third.
Yeah, so I think we could go with Rosix as the second, because the idea of losing your front line where there's a shield is just a cool mechanic.
I really like Gellerfield and Machinator and Aquilan Guardians as well.
Machinator is also really good. They're also pretty cool. I don't know.
I like the Custodes one as well. I can explain why. So it's kind of
I
dropping
don't
the 7 mana. What's the 7 energy card that's 7/6 with First Strike? So in case this it's not it's Custodes, or is it
It's Imperial Guard, but we're kind of in a debate what it's supposed to be going on.
I mean, if it was Custodes, it would be interesting, like in terms of design, because it allows you to drop the 7 energy swing down to a 4 energy swing. Because right now the swing card for Custodes is the 7/6 with First Strike that allows you to remove, and this one kind of drops it, but with a more reasonable effect.
So you're talking about the Hunting Eagles, right?
Yeah, Hunting Eagles. So this one is similar.
He played a year ago or more or less, so that's back when that was the Custodes card. So yeah, he makes a lot of sense in that sense. That's in Legacy though. It's like wild card now, so yeah, that doesn't work. But I mean, you know what I mean.
The Cabal Agents is good.
Like the fact that Aquilan Guardians can give it to any. I think I preferred it more when it
also it's resolution. So simply,
yeah, absolutely. That's also the thing. By the way, Shad,
you can't hear me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I figured that out. So I'm trying to get my ideas out here too sometimes, but
So-
like it's fine.
So, like, Shad, what do you say? We got to make a decision.
The more I think about Aquilan Guardians, I'm not in love with it. I think it shouldn't be able to give shield to any unit. It should only give it to the Warlord. I would say give it to the people to decide for third place, though. So
Okay,
say
so
Gellerfield-
we agree that Mathius is second then, right?
yes, and I would say Gellerfield, Exasperating Gift, Rogue Tech Priest, and Machinator Squad can compete for third.
Very well. Machinator, Geller, Exasperating, and what was the other one? Rogue Tech Priest. Yeah, guys, you get to decide the third place then. Let's see what you vote. Come on, guys, don't disappoint me. Ross Bull.
No,
Guys-
no pool.
Stop it with the fucking bull already, people. Bull.
You'll never escape the bull.
And it's not even the bull, it's
Very
the
good
bull.
flavor. Very good flavor.
Absolutely. You're getting cucked just for trying to play the game.
Yeah.
Oh, people actually like the Rogue Tech Priest the most.
It's probably dog shit, but like in a rare scenario where it works, it's gonna be a real bull, which is good. Like it's good flavor.
Okay.
Cousin of the bull. Oh god, how long until we get the mother of
No, please no.
Azzy, we've been through this. If you make a meme card, it can't be eligible. You've got to hide your memes. You've got to make them plausible within the setting.
So,
Now,
guys, sorry. Don't say, yeah, I mean,
no.
vote! People, it's only 12 votes and there's like 25 of you here. Give your votes, otherwise I close it in, I don't know.
I'm surprised Rogue Tech Priest. I mean, I like Rogue Tech Priest, but it's just the stats are kind of over the top. So curious.
Oh, what will you give to the bull on the anniversary of his meme? I think we should give, I think we should do a bull tournament. On the anniversary, let's do a bull tournament.
Like, it could be like Hashut. We could do Dark Mechanicum as a theme.
I guess so, yeah.
Bull.
Bull. Okay, guys, you're not voting, so I'm stopping it.
Imagine how degenerate a Slanesh themed contest would be.
Yeah, I think also. Oh my God, no, we're not doing a Slanesh tournament. No, we're not doing it because half of the submissions are gonna be furries.
Oh no, you raise a good point.
Come on, man.
Oh, so which one was yours, Zermal? Oh, yeah.
No, I like it, Thermal. I actually quite like it. I think it ties into the Defenders of Caliban perfectly. However, I couldn't consider your card, Zermal, because anything that's late is not eligible to actually win. Otherwise, I love your card. Drugstore. Guys, you don't need that. You already have Emperor's Children in Warforge. Go and play with the drugs. Go and play with the drugs there. Yes. That's literally their ability, by the way. So, yeah. The Inch tournament win now. That's one I could get behind.
You're just biased against Slanesh.
I am.
You prude. There you go.
I am
Look at you,
biased against Slanesh.
so anti-sex positive. Ugh.
Okay, so, guys, thanks a lot. Today's submissions were extra cool. I have to say, you guys had some amazing ideas, and it's so good considering that the tournament theme itself was quite simple, right? And quite basic, but you guys actually made some really, really, really good stuff. So, congratulations for your places. So, Void Shield for number 1, Maximus for number, Mathius, I mean, for number 2, and the Rogue Tech Priest for number 3. So, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll be seeing you in the next one. So, have a good night.
See you around, guys.